Hey, speakers, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So go ahead and like and subscribe, and let's get started. Good evening, my speakers. How's everyone doing this evening? Hopefully, everyone had a terrific Thursday. Thank God we are nearing the end of the week. It's kind of bittersweet for me. On Saturday, we'll be having a homegoing for my son in law, or my daughter's fiance, that was unalived Sunday before last. So we'll be having that this coming Saturday. So I'll be traveling to Louisiana on tomorrow or either Saturday morning. I'm kind of not really sure. Louisiana is not a place that I like to be honest. But y'all keep me in your prayers. My daughter's been having a hard time, but we gonna get through this. We're gonna definitely get through it. But thanks to everyone that has reached out to me via emails, DMs, Cash App, super thanks. Thanks everyone for the love and support. I definitely appreciate it. And just on a lighter note, I decided just to hop in just to kind of go over some things, just to chit chat, kind of bored, lay back, kind of get my mind off of other things. So I just decided I would just jump on for a second, do a quick little video. I've been seeing a lot of things floating through these streets lately, so I just kind of want to touch on some things, and let's go. Now, of course, before we get into everything, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and please go ahead and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever a video is uploaded. So, first thing we're going to kind of go into to kind of start everything off. I didn't actually capture the video. It was on the NC Beat. If you haven't been following him, he is a journalist that is from North Carolina, but he was the one that kind of brought a lot of attention to the Shanquella Robinson case. He, is in close contact with the family. Now, I had kind of said I wanted to make plans to go to DC on the 17th, because it's the 17th or 19th. I'm sorry, I totally forgot with everything going on. I wanted to go to be a part of the march where they were going to march on DC, but unfortunately, with everything that has happened, with my husband and his health, as well as everything that my daughter is going through right now, is not a good time for me. I was also supposed to be in Atlanta May 13th for a Black Women's Conference, and ticket, everything, and just, I'll be at a funeral instead. So, God always, kind of rearrange things. He has a way of rearranging things for a reason and for a purpose. So it is what it is. Not going to harp on that. But anywho, I saw today where he released a video. Again, I did not capture the video. However, if you would like, you can go over to the NC Beat and take a look at that. But the actual suspects, who we later have found out that will not be charged for the unaliving of Miss Robinson as of yet, because we are still having faith and believing that justice will come. Um, so we're going to stand on that. We're going to stand on that, she will get the justice that is owed and due to her. But today, or last night, let me make sure of the actual date. It doesn't actually say the actual date, but I want to say this had actually taken place last night, Wednesday night. Yes, somebody or some people decided to, come to some street justice. Now, it is said that Alyssa Hyatt, along with Winter Donovan and Dejanay Jackson, were caught slipping at Electric Tequila in Greensboro, North Carolina, Wednesday night, when they were whooped for what they did to Shanquella Robinson, who was, of course, we know, unalived in Cabo, St. Lucas, Mexico, October 29th, 2022. And as we all know, April the 12th is when the FBI actually came out and announced that no charges would actually be brought up against the Cabo 6. So, yeah, so there you have it. Last night, I guess they were out thinking they were enjoying themselves, and some people kind of put hands and feet on them and felt as though, okay, they don't want to give y'all the justice. Well, we finna get some of it right here. And I watched the video, and normally I'm not gonna even hold you. Normally, I do not care for videos that showing stuff like that. To me, I just don't like it. I feel like the person that's filming it, you might need to go to jail as well, because especially if someone is hurt like that, then you stood there and witnessed it. To me, and instead of calling for help or anything, you pretty much stood there and decided to film it versus seeking help. But in this case, I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't feel bad at all, because basically this is what they alleged, or from what we saw, this is what you did to Shanquella. So I'll take it. I mean, I ain't saying this is the end all be all, because I definitely would like to see justice for Shanquella, and I would like to see them actually have to go and face that judge. And I do feel that it will come. It may be a couple of more avenues that was added, but I do feel that in due time, oh yes, they're going to pay for it, because you can only get away for so long. God don't sleep ever. But until then, this is what you had to endure. And shout out to whoever that was that decided, okay, well, we finna show you a little something here. Since you think you out enjoying your life and you took that option away from this young lady, okay, we gonna see just how much you enjoy this night. So I can't even say I'm mad at them. I ain't doing nothing. And it may, God forgive me if I am wrong, but you can't do people any kind of way and expect for you just to go on with life like it is a okay to do this. Because since all of this has happened, I mean, I have not heard, seen no one say anything to, I mean, and I know, of course, they weren't gonna come out and say I'm sorry or any of that, because, of course, that would be like incriminating themselves. But to me, how was your life affected, other than maybe you may have gotten a couple of threats? Maybe you may have, been in fear of going to jail. But did you go? Did anything happen to you? Oh, until last night. But did any of that happen? Whatever you were going through since October, just imagine what her mother and her family has went through since October. So you getting some hands and feet laid on you, girl, y'all still batting 100. But again, I am praying that they will actually get the justice that they need. I can't even imagine how her mother is feeling or felt the day that they said that no charges will be brought, because I kid you not, the news station in back home is KLB, News Central 5. So I have the notification to kind of set, and I've been had it on my phone, to go off whenever there's breaking news. When I tell y'all, ever since that has happened to my son-in-law, and I hear that breaking news sound for that particular app, my stomach turned, because I am waiting for the day that I click on that notification and it tells me that the suspect who unalived my son-in-law has been apprehended. They have a suspect in custody, and I know that will bring peace to my daughter, that will bring peace to his family, and I know nothing will bring him back. But just having that open like that, it's almost like you have an open wound. So I'm praying that this family gets justice. I'm praying that the prayers get directly from their mouth to God's ears. I'm praying that it will go directly to the heart of whoever it need to go to bring these people to justice, to get these people the justice that they need and they deserve. But anywho, y'all, kind of going on from that on a lighter note, but of course, we're gonna continue to keep her name alive. I'm very interested in seeing. Hopefully, they will broadcast the march that they're having. I want to say it's the 19th. I don't know why I want to say the 17th. I don't know if it's something else going on the 17th. I do know I was supposed to be in Atlanta on the 13th, but the 19th might be more because that seems to be a Friday. So it might be the 19th. Y'all, my days have been running together lately. But anywho, y'all. So going ahead and moving forward. So, y'all. When I tell you it's the time. So Martell decided to come out of hiding again today. Now you know he don't really peep his head out unless it's something that's highlighting him in what he feels is a good way. So I guess he try to one up somebody, every now and then. So he actually put a reel on his story on Instagram stating that from what I would see is that he would be attending the black tie event. So of course the black tie event is of course hosted by Miguel Wilson. And they consider it to be the DC black tie experience. Now, from my understanding, this is something that they've had over the last couple of years. Of course, it is going to be on May the 20th. They do kind of get models that'll model, the different brands because they did say that they would be modeling different clothes. They have the best dressed couple. Oh, I'm interested to see who is going to be Martell's date. I guarantee I can tell you who it won't be, and that's Miss Coleslaw. But I'm interested in seeing if he gonna have a date. Martell sneaky, so I don't know. But to make it look good, 9 times out of 10, it'd probably be Sheree if they're on a good note. You never know with them. One minute it feels as though but you never can tell. We all know that what it was. In my opinion, it was fake. Were they having relations? I believe they were, but that's just my opinion. But anywho, so basically it breaks it down. If you can see here on the screen, it kind of give you a description of the actual event. It does say that it is a red carpet event and it's creating a night of elegance where cultures and class connect at the nation's capital. Now they give you the address. They said that it is formal black tie event, complimentary champagne. They'll have fashion shows, live music, DJ, free 360. It's mandatory attire would be gentlemen will be a white dinner jacket and ladies a black gown. So as you can see, this is a very upscale event. Also, they suggest as suggested attire is a cocktail attire, gentlemen's sports coats, and ladies a cocktail dress. And it kind of gives you the actual address. Now, not only is Martell invited and will be attending, but if you go over here, it gives you kind of another breakdown. I'm not really sure if you can actually see it. See if that'll actually blow up there. But if you kind of look down to number 4, where it says fashion show featuring a special guest appearance by several Redskin legends and a preview of the new Martell Holt suit collection. So, interesting. So that's what Martell is doing these days. So he's going to come out with his own suit line. Okay. Kudos to Martell for getting you some motion. Now, I don't know about the other adventures you had, the cookbook, the calendar, the wine, and all of that. With the suit collection, it may be a go for him. It may be a go for him. And the reason I say that is because whether we like him or not, he doesn't look bad in a suit. He don't look bad in a suit. Men enjoy suits. Men is not into all the drama that's going on television. So they're not going to look at everything Martell has done to his ex-wife or everything that Martell has done on the show. They're just going to see a nice suit collection. You're going to be in front of a lot of prominent people, probably there in the DC area, which is a very popular area. It's going to, if the quality is good, if it is presented well, then you're going to catch the eye of a lot of people, which can start a buzz. So, whereas if it was women such as the wine or such as the calendar or the cookbook, where you have men and women buying this, then a man really ain't out here looking to buy no calendar. A man definitely wouldn't buy no calendar of another man. A man is not gonna really be out here buying a cookbook like talking about. A man really, they might buy some wine, here and there, but they ain't into all of that. You mainly had women and females that would go out and purchase things like that. But with a suit, that means you're catering to a particular audience, which are males that don't care that he cheated on his wife. They don't care that he got all this mess and drama going on via Carlos King or anyone. They don't care about that. They just see a nice suit. Okay, I'm going after it. Now, where he can kick himself in the butt is if it's overly priced, or if it isn't presented well, or if you put it on the website and you can't sell it in other states, because we know that you had that problem with that wine. You could sell it here, but you couldn't sell it here. You go to the checkout and you couldn't even buy it. So hopefully, he didn't get any suggestions from his friend Sheree that also couldn't maintain her online store for launch day. Maybe he, contact and work with somebody else that can actually proper launch his line, if he'll be doing this line online. I'm not really sure if he's doing this via e-commerce, or will this actually be where it'll be presented storefront. I'm not really sure. But do I think he can, or does he have the potential to do well with this? Me personally, I feel that he does, because again, it is geared towards men. So there you have it. That's where Martell is. The only good thing I can see about this is going to bring in revenue, which potentially is going to be good for the sake of the kids. Because I think at the end of the day, I think Melody would like that as well, because who want to be the only parent that's always having to foot half of everything that's going on? So him having other income outside of Love and Marriage Huntsville is going to also be a help to her if he pack fair. You see what I'm saying? And I would hope, being that, he portrays to be the father of the year, I would definitely hope that, you don't have a problem with supporting them financially. Now, word on the curve here is supposedly they're supposed to be another child, allegedly. I haven't did my research on that. I was hearing bits and pieces. I don't like to really cover something that I haven't did my proper research on. So I'm not going to say too much on that. If I get more information, I'll be glad to cover it. But as of right now, I don't really know, because I haven't did any background on that. Not to debunk anything that anyone else has said. It's just I haven't did my research, so I really just don't want to kind of get into all that. But yeah, y'all, so there you have it with Martell, and we'll see. Give it a couple of months, see where it goes from here. Now, I don't know if this is something that he's finna launch, within the night after this, or in a couple of months, a couple of weeks. I'm not really sure, because Martell is not really a social media person. If you really pay attention, he's not really a social media person. So hopefully with all of this, hopefully he'll get him a marketing team, maybe, to kind of help him throughout this. And I hope, again, please better price your your collection better than your friend over there, because she over there charging people $250 for a workout outfit. I don't know who you selling that to. I mean, let's keep it a book. Even people with money, the reason they have money is because a lot of times they are careful and they are kind of frugal when it comes to their money. They don't go and spend money like that on ignorant stuff. You might have a younger crowd that'll do that, but people of age, and they not gonna spend no $250 on no workout gear. I know I ain't, and I don't care if I had millions millions or billions. For what? For what? Anyways, she doing too much. She just seemed like somebody that you in a crunch and you want to go from A to Z with nothing in between. You want to go from 0 to the 100 with nothing in between. Like you trying to get rich quick, like type scheme. And I can't rock with it. I went to a website one time, ain't never been back. Don't care to go back because it just wasn't hitting like that. Now, again, if you find reasonable, if you find something that's worth something, and then you might want to spend an extra coin on it, because we all deserve to, spoil ourselves sometime. But what you giving got to be worth it. If I click off of your site and go on the Shein or to Alibaba or to Fashion Nova or even Amazon these days, because don't sleep on Amazon. If I go over there and look at their site and they got pretty much the same thing you had, other than yours have your label on it, now tell me, how crazy would I be to spend $250 over here and spend $34.50 over here? And hell, I can put my own label with my own name on it. I mean, come on, make it make sense. But let her do her, because it very well may be people buying it. I don't know. But anywho, because you do have pick-me's and stuff that just want to be able to say, oh, hey, I got She by Sheree. I don't think you got that many fans, but hey, do you? But anyways, y'all, so again, something else that is actually out here in these streets is the petition that they have going. Now, I think a lot of people, after what transpired on the past episode, I think it was very triggering to a lot of viewers. And now mind you, the numbers were already suffering. But I think within these last couple of episodes, I want to say maybe they really overdid it. They really overdid it and pushed or stepped on the wrong toes, because they actually have created a petition. Now this was updated. I'm sorry I didn't get the actual date as to what the actual real time, because I don't know if that was updated numbers. But at the time that I had just checked it, let me double check it again and see if that was updated, because I think 1370 is actually maybe the real number, and they only need 1,500 to make it move. So pretty much people are actually signing this and moving forward with this. And again, I think that this is something because, again, we've all watched things play out in our face via social media as well as on the show. And no one cared for. We pretty much saw right before our eyes everything that was taking place and how people were wronged. You bought someone that wasn't even a part of this cast on the show to, what I feel, in my opinion, was to bully Miss Van. You allowed another cast member to come on there and speak on people's children, speak on people's marriages. You allow people to come on there and create these false narratives that people walk around here with these dark spirits and souls and all of this. On top of the fact, you allow a male to brace up on women, holler in women's face, get outraged with women and men, because we've seen Martell go off on Marceau. I mean, so we've seen all of this. And I think throughout all of everything that's going on, again, and on top of social media, people are tired. And then here it is, you kind of boosted and one up the show as though you were fixing everything and everyone had to get along and you were going to do this. But really and truly, at first, I'm already saying inside out and saying, like I said in my other video, that it really seemed fake because we already know what the real deal is. We know that you making them appear as though they're getting along when we all know the real deal. Um, you want to make it seem as though you're keeping it peaceful, and you heard the fans when allegedly Wanda was no longer a part of the show, which here it is, we find out via her Instagram live that she's supposed to be in a couple of scenes, and she hoped not to be cut out like they did Miss Van. Y'all wrong. Ain't nothing about this show classy anymore. And this petition, any other time, I would honestly say they going too far. They reaching. But this time, I ain't got nothing to say. Because pretty much whether they sign it or not, them numbers is showing it. Them numbers is showing that you're not getting the views that this show should get. And that should be alarming to you. And from my understanding, you said you don't care. How you not care? Don't you made this little post one day about humbling yourself and all of this here. You might want to take that page and reread it yourself, because to me you're sounding like you own and like you can sign all the petitions you want. I ain't going nowhere, but you shouldn't be the first one to know you can't be replaced. You were replaced from Bravo. So why is it like you acting like it's impossible to be replaced from where you are? And I don't feel as though anyone is saying here, because pretty much whoever created this, pretty much, if you have not heard it, I'll read over it. It says Carlos has, oh, I'm sorry. Let me start from the beginning. Carlos King has fostered a hostile work environment on the set of Love and Marriage Huntsville. He has allowed Martell to harass and terrorize his ex-wife on numerous occasions. There have been multiple times when Martell was raging uncontrollably and had to be held back by intervening cast members from physically attacking Melody both on and off camera. Martell allegedly assaulted a female crew member on the set of Behind Every Man in a rage over not having contact with Melody after she had left him. Also, his volatile behavior at the latest reunion allegedly included attacking Melody's makeup artist. Martell recently showed up unannounced, uninvited, and unhinged, forcing his way into a birthday party while filming. He caused a horrible scene at the event full of children, and Carlos is aware of all of this. An employee at any other workplace would have long since been terminated due to such behavior. People have been fired from reality TV for much less. But Martell has been given grace upon grace upon grace. Instead of holding Martell accountable, Carlos has embarked on a joint press conference or press tour with him to rehab his public image. Carlos is protecting, hold on, let me take my disclaimer down. That way we can see that. He is protecting Martell at the expense of the actual show, which I can't be, I can't agree more. Basically, it's like you pretty much putting your job in jeopardy looking out for Martell. And the question is why? Why? Now it goes on to say Carlos has also allowed members of the Scott family to harass and bully Melody's mother, Miss Vanessa, which he did apologize for. And he allowed Marcel Scott to suggest to Louis Whitlow that his wife Tiffany should be slapped. The abusive behavior towards women on this show is very disturbing. In addition, Carlos is showing favoritism to the Scotts, allowing them to completely fake their storyline. All of this has made the show basically unwatchable, and Carlos seamlessly bring this dynamic to every show under his involvement. The audience is not stupid, but we are tired. And as you know, the show ratings have very low for the current season. Many fans have simply decided to stop watching due to toxicity that Carlos has encouraged on the show. He is obviously too close attached to a certain cast members, especially Martell Hope. Many fans feel that Carlos and Martell have a relationship that is detrimental to the show. We are asking that Carlos be removed and replaced if we are to resume supporting the show. We will continue to promote and support the blackout until Carlos is fired. There you have it. These people not playing. They not playing. They are not playing with you. Do you hear me? Do you get it? So I don't know. And again, like I said in my video, in my past video, I don't know what the future of this show is, because I think a lot of people is over it and they need to do a shakeup. I don't know what they need to do. I can't even suggest anything at this point, because at this point, like, it may be too far gone. It may be too far gone. Now, lastly, I wanted to go over some things, and I wanted to, it's funny, but it ain't funny. Now, it's only certain people that I actually watch on YouTube. But Michelle ATLian, straight from the A, from Atlanta, I watch her faithfully. And normally she talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's a big, a big Nene fan, whatever. Well, just so happened, because of Martell actually being on RHOA, and she was discussing that, the topic of Carlos King came up. Now, Michelle actually knows Carlos. She, as she stated, she's been in his home. They know each other. They ain't friends like that, but she know him. So she had heard bits and pieces about Love and Marriage Huntsville. So you had a couple of callers that came up, and one lady, actually, the comments were crazy. The comments was just crazy. And normally I don't call up, because I just don't. For one, it's kind of hard to get on Michelle's show in the first place. But they were on there, and Mel, and they talking about Mel, and she being bullied, but she a bully, and she do this, and everybody want to protect her, and her fans, it's crazy. So I had kind of, because Michelle was like, can somebody call and say something as far as that? So I'm telling her, a bits and pieces about the show. So I'm like, yeah, kind of give her a better idea, because you had this woman just right here that was trying to totally discredit this black woman along with the comments. So I'm like, let me go ahead and go back down, So I'm steady listening. The woman comes back up. That's what's wrong now, because the fans is crazy. And they even went up there and went to that woman's store and storming this and stuff. I mean, just going in. You can tell they probably was a part of them Facebook groups. I mean, going in. Before I knew it, I had to hit that link yet again. And I'm like, Lord, I don't even windmill in my own chat. So I'm sitting up there, and I was like, and I have always said since the beginning I started this, I am not biased about any of this. I'm going to call it for what it is. Right is right, wrong is wrong. It don't matter who it is. I'm not biased to any of this. It may seem as though I'm a millimeter because I always highlight the things that Melody do, but she is the one that's doing it. If anyone else have anything going, I highlight what you got going. Even in the video I did the other day with Stormy acting like she need to be on Zeus, I went up to her and told her, I applauded her for starting in the kitchen, getting to a storefront. Martell and his suit line. He's a nice looking man. He wears suits well. I'll give anybody they whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit up here and fake with my audience. But I'm going to call it for what I see it. And I always big up Mel because she is the one that's actually doing something. And I had to highlight that. I said, ma'am, you sitting up here talking about all of this, about she bullying. I said, but these people have literally been all over Facebook dragging this woman's children. They sitting up there wanting to be Martell fans and wanting to be the Scott fans, but you're talking about Melody's children, which is also Martell's children. So make that make sense. I said, and then she have to sit up here and be manipulated and violated by someone on her show. Somebody text them and tell me how this her show. Do your history, ma'am. Do your history. Baby, they was windmilling for Carlos. I can't really remember everything that transpired. You can go back and watch it. It was broadcast last night, but they had me heated, y'all. And I don't even get mad in my own videos. And I'm like, let me go. Because, baby, they had then made me mad. My husband sitting up there telling me, who is you talking to? I am on this live. I had then got mad. Like, don't do that. And then it is so sad that it's coming from us. It's coming from Black women. And you can't help but to ask yourself, who hurt you? Who hurt you? Because it's no way that you could be okay and think the things that this woman has endured is okay. Disregard that she was cheated on, disregard that everybody turned their back on her, disregard that she has 4 children and had to figure it all out from ground zero when this dog, forgive me, did her the way he did. Just disregard all that. Disregard how the side dish, tried to embarrass this woman, tried to one up her and all of that. Just forget all about that. Forget that. Yeah, who hurt you? That's my question. Is who hurt you? Because clearly something ain't right with you. But they doing all of that. I mean, and then they was Carlos this and Carlos saying all of that. And yes, I do believe. And yes, I feel as though what Michelle and a lot of the other ones that was on the panel, yes, he is trying to be Andy. Either you're trying to be Andy or either you're trying to be in competition with Andy. And being in competition with Andy will never work. Now, and that's in my opinion. It'll never work. While you're focusing on everyone else and all these other network and these girls, you need to focus on your own. Because this show is slipping away from you slowly but surely. And at this point, based off of some of the tweets and things that Melody have put out, I think she's tired. And at this point, I'm not going to say she don't care, but I think it is what it is. Because one thing about it, she's going to be okay. She has other things going that probably bring in more revenue, if not more, than what she's making from this show. So I don't think she's just, yeah. And then the games y'all played with the scenes from her mama, it's kind of funny that something that Miss Wanda said previously then came up. She said that Miss Van, allegedly wasn't going to be in that minutes. If she wasn't going to be in none, she wasn't going to be in none. And what did I say in my previous video? It seemed as though they're cutting her scenes because to save face and soften the blow for somebody else. And there you had it. She came out and confirmed exactly what I said. She confirmed exactly what I said. So that's just how bad that you could sit up here and foresee what's going on in your face before nobody have to tell you. Just watch social media, watch the show, and you can figure it all out on your own. But anyways, y'all, this video was kind of longer than I imagined. But anywho, y'all, if y'all did not like the video on your way in, please go ahead and like it on your way out. Subscribe to the channel, turn on those notification bells. Also, comment down below. Let me know how you feel about any of the things that we discussed here on tonight. Let me know how you feeling about Carlos King and this Martell situation. Let me know about what you think about Martell and his new suit collection. I'm interested in seeing how that'll go. Normally his endeavors just don't last that long, but whatever. Also, let me know how you felt about the hands and feet being put on part of the Cabo 6? Let me know about that. Also, let me know about the petition. Have you signed the petition? Do you plan on signing the petition? How do you feel about all of that? Also, kind of tell me how you think Mel is feeling right about now that everything is kind of playing out the way it is, and it looks as though we see who is the golden child of the show. But anywho, y'all, that was all I had. Didn't have too much more. Like I said, this went over far longer than I thought. But I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And until next time, love each and every one of you. Thank you, and y'all have a good night.